Legend of Yufei Chapter 45.
Let's unpack this incredible story, starting with an escape that honestly looked completely impossible. So, picture this. The Jurchen general, Wuzu. He's in a really tight spot.
Cornered.
Yeah, his forces are trapped in Huangtiandang by Marshal Han Shizong's Southern Song Army. It's a complete bottleneck.
Seems like there's absolutely no way out for him. The stakes are, well, as high as they get. Capture or death, pretty much.
And then, this is what gets interesting. A scholar sort of appears out of nowhere. Doesn't even give his name.
Right, the mysterious benefactor.
Yeah.
And he offers Wuzu this miraculous plan.
What I love is how simple yet brilliant it is. He says, basically, dig out the old Crane River channel.
Which had been silted up for ages, right?
Exactly. Connect that to the Qinhuai River, and boom, a secret escape route straight to Jiangkang.
It's such a great example of using local knowledge, isn't it? And just thinking completely differently, seeing an opportunity in something everyone else just ignored.
Wuzu is, understandably, ecstatic.
Yeah.
Offers the guy gold, silk, the works.
But the scholar, nope, refuses it all.
Yeah, and the text says he just sort of floats away, vanishes. Very mysterious.
Classic siege move.
So now you have Wuzu's soldiers, maybe 20, 30,000 of them, utterly desperate.
That desperation must have been incredible fuel.
Apparently. They dug 30, it's like 9 miles in just one night.
Wow. Just wow. That's sheer will.
They ditch their big battleships, which are useless now anyway, and they slip away to Jiangkang. You have to think, what did this mean for Han Shizong?
Oh, devastating. Absolutely devastating for him. He'd been sitting there guarding the river mouth for, what, over 10 days?
Watching, waiting, seeing nothing.
Right, and maybe getting a little complacent, because when his scouts finally tell him Wuzu's gone, the text says he was furious, jumping mad.
You can picture it. A classic military blunder born from maybe overconfidence.
Or just exhaustion, maybe. But yeah, complacency seems key, and he immediately thinks of that prophecy, doesn't he?
Yes, the monk Dao Yu, that cryptic verse.
With a old Crane River escape hidden in the lines. For Han Shizong, this isn't just bad luck or a mistake, it's Haven's will.
He thinks this barbarian wasn't meant to die yet.
Pretty much, yeah. She's man's fate wasn't sealed.
But even with Heaven's will, supposedly in charge, his wife, Lady Ling, she doesn't let him off the hook, does she?
Not at all. She comes right out and says it. No jiao oji helko defo.
Meaning?
Basically, okay, fine, maybe it's Heaven's will, but it's also your arrogance and your complacency with the enemy, General. You're not blameless here.
That's quite a statement. Especially from a wife to a marshal back then. What does that tell us?
Well, Lady Ling wasn't just anyone. She was known for her own strategic mind, quite respected. But it also raises that big question, doesn't it? Destiny versus human action.
How much do we control?
Exactly. She cleverly points out his Jiao Duo Wan Ku, his prideful laziness, essentially. Even if fate played a part, his actions mattered. Or his inactions.
So how does Han Shizong react to that?
He's described as mean, resentful, probably feeling the sting, but ultimately he reports to the emperor and takes the blame himself.
That's something at least. Taking responsibility despite the fate angle.
It is. It shows a degree of accountability.
It really makes you think, though. How often do we miss the simple solutions, the forgotten rivers, because they don't fit our usual plans?
And this whole wrestling with fate versus fault, it's timeless, isn't it?
Definitely. Okay, so Wuzu gets away, but his luck almost runs out immediately because of his own, well, big mouth.
Ah, yes, the hubris factor kicks in.
He gets the Tiancheng Pass and starts boasting, saying, those southern barbarians, Yufei and Han Shizong, they're useless.
And adds that if they'd only thought to ambush him there at the pass, he'd have been finished.
Famous last words, almost. Because right then...
Yeah, a cannon shot.
Yeah. And suddenly, 3,000 soldiers lined up, ready for him. An ambush.
And out rides this young general, incredibly young.
The description is amazing. Orju, just 13 years old.
Wow.
Wearing this purple gold crown thing, shiny silver armor, riding a red rabbit horse like the famous one.
And wielding two silver hammers. Quite the entrance.
This is Yu Marshal Yufei's son, and he just calls out, demands Wuzu surrender.
The sheer guts of a 13-year-old doing that.
Yeah.
Does the novel often paint its heroes, especially young ones, in these almost larger-than-life epic terms?
Oh, absolutely. It ramps up the drama, makes them legendary from the start. And it works.
So Wuzu, he must be furious, challenged by a kid.
He challenges Yu Yun to a fight to the death. He's got use his golden sparrow axe.
But gets good.
Incredibly skilled. Uses his hammers, parries the axe, and then this is the amazing part. You shoot. He literally grabs Wuzu around the waist and pulls him right off his horse.
No way! He captures Wuzu, just like that.
Just like that. The rest of Wuzu's cavalry, maybe 360 left from his massive army, they just scatter.
A stunning turn of events. Yu Fei must have been overjoyed.
Initially, yes. He hears his son has captured the enemy general. Massive victory.
But there's always a but in these stories.
But when Yu Fei actually sees the captive, it's not Wuzu.
Ah, the imposter plot twist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Shuto, Junior Marshal Gao Taibao, Wuzu's second in command.
And he admits it.
Openly. Says he did it.
Yeah.
Shuto sacrificing himself to save his lord in this moment of peril. Pure loyalty. He's totally stoic about facing death.
That level of loyalty. Sacrificing yourself knowingly. What does that say about the Jurchen command structure or their warrior ethos? It's intense.
It really is. It suggests a profound emphasis on protecting the leader, maybe above all else. But Yu Fei, he's not seeing loyalty, he's seeing deception.
He's furious. Understandably, I suppose. The real prize got away.
Furious is an understatement.
Yeah.
He calls his own son, Yu Yun, a useless animal,
Harsh.
and then orders him to be executed. His own son.
Whoa. Okay, that's extreme. The pressure must have been immense, the disappointment overwhelming to push him to that.
Can you imagine? The weight of command, the lost opportunity.
Thankfully, someone intervenes. Please tell me someone steps in.
Yes. Just then, Han Shizong arrives to meet Yu Fei.
Ah, perfect timing, and
Yeah.
he sees Yu Yun tied up.
Exactly. And he immediately understands, maybe
Because he went through something similar himself. He caught a fake Wuzu too, didn't he?
That's right. So he explains to Yu Fei, look, the Jurchens are cunning. They pull these tricks.
And he brings up the fate argument again.
He does. It's always heaven's will that Wuzu isn't meant to die yet. Therefore,
Yeah.
it's not your son's fault.
That shared experience, that shared frustration, plus the appeal to destiny, it actually works.
It saves Yu Yun's life. Han's intervention, based on his own bitter experience, changes Yu Fei's mind.
Wow. It shows how perspective and maybe a bit of empathy born from shared failure can temper even the fiercest anger in war. It's not just about cunning and fate, but shared humanity too.
Absolutely. It's a powerful moment. Okay, so the battlefield drama calms down a bit, but the political battles are just heating up.
Right. Han Shizong and Yu Fei, they talk strategy, military matters, and then head back to the capital, Jinling.
But now that the immediate danger seems to have passed, a new question arises. Where should the capital be?
Ah, the big debate. And you've got Miao Fu and Lu Zhengyan, officials from Linen, pushing for a move there.
They argue the palaces in Linen are ready, basically.
But it's more than just logistics, isn't it? It's about the whole strategic direction of the Southern Song. Are they going to push back or dig in down south?
Exactly. And the arguments fly. Some say Jinling is yin, ruined, empty, hard to defend.
So Linen seems hard, better, safer option to them, more practical.
But others strongly disagree. They argue Jinling is the Uyu, the capital of 6 previous dynasties. It has history, prestige.
And crucially, the Uthali, the natural defense of the Yangtze River. It's a place where they can be Uzia.
Meaning they can fight from there, defend it, and it's a base for eventual recovery of the north. It's symbolic and strategic.
A forward base, essentially, a statement of intent.
And this is where Li Gang, a really senior respected official, makes his stand.
He rushes to the palace to argue, right? He sees the danger in moving south.
He really does. He points out, historically, rulers who revived dynasties did it from the northwest. They needed a strong forward position.
So Jinling, or Jiangkang as it's also called, is the key, the middle balanced strategy, a place to rally everyone, doom and plan the recovery for Xi.
Moving to Limnan, he warns, shows it looks like running away out of fear.
He calls it the worst possible plan. It'll just shake everyone's morale, basically signals defeatism.
But Emperor Gaozong, He doesn't see it that way, does he? The text calls him a mediocre ruler.
Yeah, his justification is framed as purely practical, almost mundane.
He says Jinling is ravaged, people scattered. It's an empty city. Too much work.
Whereas Linning
connects easily south to Min and Guang, north toward the Jiang and Huai rivers. It has the economic benefits of fish and salt.
So his plan is to go there, rest the troops, raise horses, and wait until the army's strong and supplies are full, then think about recovery.
He sees it as the safest, most foolproof plan, prioritizing immediate comfort and resource building over strategic positioning.
A very different idea of safety from Lin Gang's vision of strength and recovery.
And Lin Gang realizes he can't change the emperor's mind.
Yeah.
The decision's made.
So he resigns, cites old age, wanting to, somewhat, enjoy some peaceful years. A diplomatic way out, maybe?
Perhaps. But Gaozong's reaction is quite telling. He's apparently relieved. All she. Basically, good, let him go, saves me the nagging.
Ouch. He just wanted compliant advisors, not challenging ones.
Seems like it. He approves the resignation immediately, and Li Gang, he leaves the capital that very night. Gone.
It's a stark illustration, isn't it? How a leader's desire for comfort, for an easy path, can just shut down crucial strategic debate, with potentially huge long-term costs.
Absolutely. That whole segment shows the clash fear versus vision, pragmatism versus ambition, and how different people define safety when a nation's future is on the line. Emperor Gaozong. He's just overseen this major defeat of the Jin forces under Wuzu. You'd think, okay, now's the time to consolidate, push for the final victory, right?
That would be the logical military move, yeah. But Gaozong's thinking is, well, it's different. He's got a big decision to make about the capital city itself.
And this is where his top general, the famous Yu Fei, along with other loyal commanders, steps in. They strongly urge Gaozong to stick with the old capital.
Their argument is all about military strength. They basically say, Ud Desayan, Ho Jasayam, Jisiyuti, Jutio Tu, which means what exactly?
It translates to something like, select generals, get more soldiers, hold the key strategic points, stockpile supplies, gather loyal troops from everywhere, attack their main base at Huanglongfu directly, and bring back the 2 captured emperors to avenge the Central Plains. It's a call for total commitment.
But it wasn't just about attacking. They were also warning him, weren't they? About moving the capital to Linen. Absolutely. They saw Linen as a terrible choice, describing it as Sonorin.
So, close to the sea, vulnerable on all sides.
Precisely. A strategic nightmare, in their view. And they pointed fingers, too, warning him not to listen to, basically, treacherous ministers. They even named names. Miao Fu and Liu Zhenyan.
Powerful arguments. But Gaozong, he just wasn't buying it. He had a completely different perspective.
Yeah, he argued that the years of war had caused terrible suffering. He used the phrase, "Sia, the common people are suffering and the soldiers are exhausted."
So his priority was peace.
Immediate peace, it seems. He wanted to send envoys to negotiate, essentially, talk peace, let the people rest and recover a bit. He figured they could rebuild and restore things later.
And he was firm about it.
Oh, absolutely. He basically shut down the discussion, saying, Wushan, my mind is made up. You don't need to worry about it anymore.
Wow. So what does Yu Fei do? He's just been told his strategic advice is being ignored.
Faced with that, Yu Fei, ever the loyal subject, asks for leave to go home. He gives a very personal reason. Delonken eminute servant. My elderly mother is gravely ill. I hope your majesty will let me return home to fulfill my duty as a son. It's a classic appeal to filial piety.
And did other generals react?
They did. Several others immediately requested leave too, using similar reasons. It sort of feels like a quiet protest, or maybe just accepting the inevitable. They're stepping back.
This really throws the different priorities into sharp relief, doesn't it? Gaozong wants rest, recovery, maybe stability.
Yeah, he's looking at the immediate suffering, the cost of war right now. Maybe he genuinely believes a pause is the only way forward. It's a desire for respite.
While Yu Fei and the others are focused on the long game, the strategic imperative, the need to push back aggressively while they have momentum,
Exactly. Yufei sees this as potentially throwing away their advantage, leaving them vulnerable down the line. It's a clash between immediate relief and long-term security. And you have to wonder about the impact on morale, both for the army and the people.
Right. And Gaozong seems aware of the potential pushback. There's this really interesting, almost calculating move he makes involving another key general, Han Shizong.
Ah, yes, Han Shizong, what does he do there?
Well, to stop Han Shizong from potentially coming to court and arguing against the capital move, Gaozong grants him a title, Prince of Wang'an County. Sounds good, right?
Like an honor, yeah.
But then he orders him to stay put in Runzhou. The text is incredibly explicit about why.
Okay, so break that down.
It means Gaozong feared Han Shizong would come to the capital and advise against moving, so he sent an official to intercept him on the road, basically saving himself the trouble of having that conversation.
Wow. That's not just managing dissent, that's actively preempting it. It really shows how determined Gaozong was to follow this path, even if it meant sidelining his best generals.
It really does. It suggests he's maybe less interested in counsel and more in compliance at this point.
It certainly paints a picture of a leader who wants control, maybe feels the weight of the decision heavily and doesn't want further debate. But silencing strong voices, even loyal ones, that can be risky. You lose valuable perspectives.
Indeed. So with the path cleared, Gaozong moves the court to Linen. And who's there to greet him at the brand new palace?
Let me guess. Miao Fu and Lu Zhengyan.
You got it. The very men Yufei warned him about. Gaozong apparently loves the palace, changes the era name to Shaxing, first year up yo, and promotes Miao Fu and Lu Zhengyan to left and right grand censors.
So the very people labeled treacherous are now in positions of significant power. That's quite a statement. It sets a potentially dangerous precedent for the court's direction.
Definitely feels like a turning point. Okay, so while all this political maneuvering is happening in the Song court, let's shift focus. What's going on with the defeated Jin general, Wuzu? He's got his own problems.
Oh, big time. He makes it back to the Jin base, Huang Longfu, but his reception is, let's just say, not warm. His father, the old Wolf Lord, is absolutely incandescent with rage.
Understandable, maybe, losing a massive army.
He confronts Wuzu, furious about the loss of, get this, Hor-Hor-Yi, 700,000 elite troops lost in the Central Plains. And not just troops, but also his own son and grandson, Jin Danzi, who died in the campaign.
Ouch. So the old Wolf Lord is not pleased.
Not pleased is an understatement. He orders Wuzu's immediate execution, tie him up and execute him, just like that.
So Wuzu's life is on the line. Who saves him?
His military advisor, a man named Hamichi, he steps in right at the critical moment. And his defense is, well, it's a piece of work.
How does he argue it? He can't exactly deny the defeat.
No, he doesn't. Instead, he reframes it. He argues Wuzu wasn't incompetent, the problem was the enemy. He says, Aiteala, basically, that Yufei guy, using a derogatory term, is just incredibly cunning and resourceful.
Ah, so it wasn't our fault, it was his brilliance.
Exactly. Hamichi then gives this detailed recap of all the battles Wuzu lost to Yufei, Eight Disc Mountain, Green Dragon Mountain, Aiwa Mountain, the pursuit to the Yangtze. He paints Yufei as this almost unbeatable genius.
Smart move, politically.
Yeah.
But does he mention Wuzu's earlier wins to balance it out?
Oh, yes, absolutely. He reminds the old Wolf Lord of Wuzu's glory days trapping Emperor Gaozong, capturing the two previous emperors, that initial massive invasion, the chase to Hangzhou, besieging the emperor at Nutushan. He even mentions how some Song officials, Makawan, offered up the Yangtze River defense.
So he's rebuilding Wuzu's image a bit, reminding his father of past successes before getting to the disastrous end.
Precisely. Then he details the final, crushing defeat. The arrival of the Yu, the four Song marshals, Yufei, Han Shizong, Song Danjun, Lu Qi, with over 300,000 troops. The huge battle at Hanyang River, the total wipeout of the Jin forces, and Wuzu's narrow escape across the river thanks to some boatmen.
It sounds like an epic disaster. How did Wuzu even get away after that? This is where it gets really interesting, right?
It is. Hamichi continues the story how Han Shizong's navy trapped Wuzu in Warmtiandam Marsh and his survival. Hamichi attributes it to divine intervention.
Divine intervention. Seriously.
That's the claim. He says the gods miraculously opened a channel through a sandbank, the Hukuan, allowing Wuzu to escape while two of his loyal followers, Huang Bingnu and Gao Taibao, sacrificed themselves to cover his retreat.
Wow. Quite the story. Did the old Wolf Lord buy it?
Apparently so. This combination of blaming Yufei's genius, reminding him of past glories, and throwing in a dash of divine intervention and heroic sacrifice, it works. The old Wolf Lord relents and pardons Wuzu.
That whole speech by Hamichi is fascinating. It's not just saving a life, it's narrative warfare, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a masterclass in rhetoric. By framing Yufei as this near-superhuman figure, Hamichi makes Wuzu's defeat seem less like incompetence and more like, well, falling to an extraordinary force. It justifies the loss while preserving Wuzu's position somewhat. It shows how powerful shaping the story can be, especially in a crisis.
So Wuzu is spared. He must be thinking, okay, what went wrong? He had all that early success, breaking through like smashing bamboo, unstoppable. Why did it suddenly stop? Specifically because of Yufei. He's asking that fundamental why.
And Hamichi has an answer, but it's probably not what Wuzu expected. It's radical.
Go on.
Hamichi tells him his initial success wasn't just military power. It was helped significantly by the power of treacherous ministers in the Song court.
Wait, what? He's saying corruption and treachery on the Song side were key to Jin victories.
That's exactly what he's saying. It completely flips the script on military virtue.
That's incredibly cynical.
Yeah.
So conventional strategy is out, manipulation is in.
Pretty much. Hamichi actually criticizes Wuzu. He says Wuzu made a mistake by previously favoring loyal officials and getting rid of treacherous ones, even executing people like Unye Zangbangcheng and others who had collaborated before.
So Wuzu was too honorable, according to Hamichi.
In a ruthlessly pragmatic way, yes. Hamichi argues that to conquer the Song now, after the military setbacks, now we need exactly those kinds of treacherous ministers. Forget honor. Embrace subversion.
It's chilling. Does he have someone specific in mind?
He does. He identifies Qin Hui. He reminds Wuzu about him. Qin Hui was one of the officials captured along with the two Song emperors.
Okay.
But unlike the other four captives, who Hamichi describes as Onyua, like iron-willed men, totally unbending, who died for their loyalty, Qin Hui is apparently...
He begged for his life.
Exactly. Wuzu had actually kicked him out, left him in exile somewhere. But Hamichi sees potential there. His assessment is stark. Shi Ushuo, I see this man as a great treacherous minister.
Not just a survivor, but someone inherently suited for betrayal.
That's Hamichi's read, and he lays out a plan.
What's the plan?
Find Xing Hui. Bring him in, treat him really well, shower him with kindness, favors, maybe money. Let him stay for a year or so until he feels, deeply grateful.
Okay, butter him up. Then what?
Then send him back to the Song court, loaded with charche, lots of gold and silver. His mission, to act as a whore, a spy, a mole, an agent of influence.
Wow. Plant a traitor right at the heart of the Song government.
And the payoff Hamichi promises is huge. Can meet Shintu lame to use, basically. This Song empire will surely just be lightly handed over for the Wolf Lord to enjoy. Isn't that a good plan?
It's horrifyingly clever.
Yeah.
How does Wuzu react?
He's completely convinced. He says, Singshtu, truly a good plan. And immediately he sends scouts out to find Qin Hui.
This is a massive shift, isn't it? From open warfare to political infiltration.
It's a fundamental pivot. It's pure, real politics. Hamichi essentially concludes that the Song dynasty's greatest vulnerability isn't its armies, but its internal politics, its potential for division and corruption. It's a chilling recognition of how effective undermining an enemy from within can be.
And that poem at the end of the section you mentioned, it really sets the stage for Qin Hui's future, doesn't it?
It does, down and out, with no thought of wealth and power. But when fortune turns, wealth and power come chasing after you. It perfectly captures this idea of a man, perhaps unambitious in his exile, suddenly being thrust into a position where he can gain immense power, but for treacherous ends. A dark omen for the Song.